Is that automate, delegate, drop something that you use a lot? Is that something you created yourself? Is that something you found in some of your training? You know, where did that come from, and how do you employ that when you work with people?
I wouldn't say I found it anywhere. I mean, it's definitely something you hear in business coaching world, or I can't say who I heard it from initially, but it's definitely like one of those things. My brain is always going toward what's the most efficient, effective system to get from A to B the fastest possible. And I align my entire life and business by least effort, most reward, maximum fun, right? So anything that I'm not enjoying, I need to drop or automate or delegate, because I know that the highest frequency resonance if for attracting what I want is when I'm in a state of joy, right? When I'm loving what I'm doing, when I feel joy, that's when I'm going to be the most attractive. And that's when I need to put the least effort into my business to have the most reward, right? So like the law of attraction works beautifully and amazingly in magnetism when you're in alignment. And I know that. So I go, anytime I'm not feeling good, I've got to drop, automate, or delegate. So, because for example, if you're building a business, you can't drop your bookkeeping. You don't want to drop your bookkeeping or you're going to have some issues, right? So you go like, okay, could somebody do this job for me at a $25 an hour level? And you know, what's your hourly rate first? Look at that and go like, okay, if my hourly rate is, let's just use a random number, $350 an hour, or $500 an hour, but you could hire someone to do your bookkeeping for $25 an hour and you don't enjoy it, do it immediately. You know, so you always want to be thinking, what are all the tasks I can delegate away that are not bringing me joy, so you can live in your zone of genius. And I want everyone here to start committing to themselves. I am committed to living in my zone of genius as much as possible until I can get to 100%. Because if you're living in your zone of genius at 100%, you are an attractor magnet for everything you want to create. So I know this and I go, okay, so everything that I'm not enjoying, is it droppable? Or is it something I need a better system for that can be automated? Or is it something that someone else can do way better? I have an incredible, amazing bookkeeper. She loves bookkeeping and she's awesome. I want to know my numbers because I'm very highly responsible with my money, but I don't want to do the data entry and do all that. She loves it. And so I'm affirming her gifts in the world while I get to do mine. And so, you know, anyone who's listening, people get really scared of delegation because they sometimes think it costs them money. If you're delegating properly, it will always make you money, always. You know, so you always want to be thinking, and most people wait too long to delegate. They do things that make them miserable. They feel stuck and frustrated, and then they want to give up in their business. But really, if they could just do some reorganization, then they would have free up time to do the things they love, and then they would attract more business their way. And then everything starts to flow in a really amazing, abundant filled way. In terms of automation, James Clear, I love his quote. He says, "We don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems." So if you don't have systems in place, goals are hard to achieve. And automation is one of those systems. So like you want to be looking for every possible thing you can automate. You know, how can you duplicate yourself? How can you create passive streams of income through automated systems? How can you have a routine daily that's on autopilot? I think of your daily routine as an automated system so that you don't have to think about it. I was joking with, I have this, I'm in the dating world now, and I have this person who I'm like, oh my God, I'm certain he's my life partner because he's just awesome. And we were talking the other day about moving in together, and you know, he has we were like, ooh, let's do like a really cool wealth building strategy where we live together, even though his house is small. And, you know, just so we save a whole bunch of money for a while and like build our wealth. And so I was like, well, maybe then I could play out my daydream of having 5 of the same exact outfits and wear those every single day because it's an automated system. Like sometimes just the extra time in the morning of deciding what to wear and dealing with all that, I'm like, how cool would it be just to have like one awesome black shirt that I love, wear it 5 of that, 5, you know, get 5 of them. And then I barely have a tiny closet, who cares? And that's how my brain thinks. Cause I always go like automated system, what brings me joy? clearly if it was in my highest value to like love clothes, that wouldn't be an automated system that I would want to install. But for me, one of my highest values is learning and teaching and helping people get from point A to Z as fast as possible. So anywhere where I can buy time and efficiency is a really high value for me. You know, so I go like, my food is automated. My clothes are pretty automated. My daily routine is automated. My email system is automated. My, you know, like everything I can possibly do is very automated. And you'll notice the places where I'm not automated, I struggle with a little bit more, like checking my social media consistently, because my assistant does most of my social media, but I always do my direct, my DMs and my comments. And so, you know, it takes me longer because I can't automate that. All right. I choose not to automate that to someone else because I want to have that personal touch with my people.